I move that we proceed with the hiring of a management company by taking a roll call vote, and each board member states the company that they are voting for. Furthermore, I move that the president be included in this roll call vote so that we can show how the entire board has voted on this issue. Also, the contract will be signed contingent on the approval of our attorney.
I'll second it.
It has been moved and seconded that we take a vote in a little different manner than we normally have. Each director in his turn will have the chance to say whether he wishes to have us hire AAM or HOAMCO company. If they want to take an opportunity to very briefly say why, that would be fine. All of the directors will be included in the vote. Are there any comments at this time that the board members would like to make?
That's something I want to read. At an open special meeting held on April 22nd, 2017, the board identified several areas that they felt we were lacking in the management of this association. Some of those areas are a good association manager, a good bookkeeping system that will provide financial reports and records of our income and expenses, lack of a strategic plan for the next 5 years, databases that are not being maintained, lack of communications between office and board of directors as well as members, and lack of policies and procedures for the running of this association. Based on the recommendations from the Management Research Committee, the board proceeded to have open communications with the top 2 management companies recommended by that committee. After site visits to AAM and HOAMCO and a site visit to an HOA managed by each company, the board decided to enter into contract negotiations with both companies. After in-depth review of both contracts and price negotiations, we are ready to proceed with the selection of the company we feel will best meet the needs of this association. Both companies are well known and respected in the industry. Both have good accounting systems per our CPA, Paul Hansen. It is now time to move this association forward and make a decision that will allow us to have proper management and accounting systems that will benefit us in the future. We can't go back and change things that have happened in the past. We can only affect the future. It is time that we start becoming friends and neighbors again and support what is in the best interest of this association. We are going to need a lot of support and volunteers over the next several months to help with organizing activities in our community. We are looking forward to your support in getting involved and making Florence Gardens a great place to live. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Are there any other comments from directors?
I put what I have to say on a piece of paper for you. It's come over here and stuff like that. But I would like to reiterate something here, folks. The decision that's going to be made today is to move this association forward. We may have different ideas as to how that should be accomplished, but I think that the board is fairly well made the decision that we have to move forward with a management company. The question is, as I start, the question is no longer should we hire a management company. The question is now which management company we are going to hire. So please don't misinterpret any, shall we say, disagreement amongst the board as to who that company should be as being a disagreement that we should hire a management company. We need to hire a management company. It's that simple. To not make a decision at this point would just be almost criminal as far as I'm concerned. Thank you.
Ask Gary about it.
Gary, do you have any comment you wish to make at this time?
Yes. I would just say that after visiting both AAM and HOAMCO companies, I'm satisfied that actually either one of them would do a pretty good job. I think one would do a better job than the other, and that's who I'm going to vote for. And I really want to say that I appreciate all the work that the management selection committee or the ad hoc committee, the work they've done, and I really appreciate that also.
Thank you, Gary. Bob, do you have anything you want to add?
No, I agree with everybody. I think that this is the time to move forward and get Forest Gardens under a good management company. And the research committee has done a great job in picking out the top two. And so, yes, I agree. And the worst case scenario, and the one part that I like the best, is the fact that we have an escape clause, of 2 months. So to me, that's an advantage. So it's a no-win. I mean, it's a win-win situation. So we need to go forward.
Thank you, Bob. Directors, any more?
My wife Mary and I have lived in a couple of these places, management companies. In fact, one up north, First Residential Service, came in 5. We love it. They do a fantastic job. So if they're doing a fantastic job in number 5, you can imagine we're 1 and 2. We also spent some time in Anthem. Bottom line is communication, and both places were excellent. And the activities were well run. The places looked good. Everything was taken. And bottom line was homeowners got along with everybody. I hope that's what we want to do here.
Are there any more comments by directors? By owners, please. If you wish to speak, if you would come up to the podium. Okay. By roll call vote. Keith Campbell, please.
Keith Campbell, AAM, for the reasons that I have outlined in my flyer.
Gary Ellsworth.
I'm voting for HOAMCO for the reasons that I just mentioned before. They were the best ones, I thought.
John Fair.
I vote for HOAMCO, and I am impressed with their willingness to come in almost immediately, get to work, roll up their sleeves, and get down to business, because that's what we need. We want to go forward and not look back at whatever was done since. I've been coming here since 1985 when my mother-in-law and Mary, my wife, came down to here. And I would like it to go back to when it was in 1985 to 2000. In 15 years they lived here. It was a super place to live.
Mary James.
Mary James, I vote for HOAMCO, and I want to read something that I felt was important as part of HOAMCO's presentation. HOAMCO makes a statement that says their business model has never been about size. It's always been about selecting relationships that would be mutually beneficial. It's never been entirely about profit. It has been more about reputation, word of mouth, and doing the right thing consistently. Florence Gardens Mobile Home Association will not be a number or just another name on HOAMCO's growing list of satisfied clients. It will be one of the most important relationships that we maintain. Relationships that receive a level of service that cannot be budgeted by most communities. HOAMCO is the perfect fit for Florence Gardens. Big enough to know how to take good care of you, yet small enough to do it with a personal touch.
I know, I'm next.
Hi, Gary. Bob. This is Dick. I'm voting for HOAMCO mainly because of the information that she provided us and the willingness to jump in here and straighten us out as fast as she can.
Bob Schmidt.
Bob Smith votes for the management company HOAMCO, primarily, again, just like Dick said, because Pam was willing to jump in and spend the first 30 days here trying to get us back on our feet, and we sorely need that. So, yes, HOAMCO is my vote.
It was hard to look at the two different companies and line up things. I am one who was more concerned about the cost after knowing for sure that was the way we had to go to protect ourselves, not to put our association continually at risk for not being aware of laws and not having good policies or a strong enough CC&Rs. Even though they vary greatly, I believe that the amount of training that we would be getting from HOAMCO is the best way we could work right now to get our feet on the ground and to go forward. So that is where I cast my vote. The result of the vote was 6 members for HOAMCO and 1 director, Keith Campbell, for AAM. So I declare that the motion has passed, that we will hire HOAMCO Management Company.